Okay.
All right, so tonight's class is Women's Health and Hormones. Um, Hormones manage so many things from weight, mood, energy, fertility, um, diabetes, memory. There's lots of things that our hormones, just letting Krista in really quick. There are Hey, Krista. All right, so I've already started, but I'm going to just kind of go back in. So hormones manage so many different things. So the two key players in our hormones are progesterone and estrogen. And when we do a class with you in person, we typically, or if we're going to meet with you one-on-one, we have you fill out this little scale so that you can rate what your monthly cycle is like, symptoms that you're having, and areas where you feel like you struggle. Just kind of go through here. Our monthly cycle produces a rise and a fall of both estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen has a gradual rise right before ovulation, followed by a rise in progesterone right after ovulation. This is an ideal way for the cycle to work properly, allowing your body to work the way it's supposed to. If these two important hormones don't ebb and flow in this manner due to other needs in our body, then our body systems don't always work the way that they're supposed to. Estrogen is in charge of building up uterine lining, pro-growth hormone, which both of those things are super important to support natural fertility function. And then, of course, it's also in charge of fertility overall and ovulation, along with healthy sex organs. Progesterone is in charge of adrenal health, energy, counterbalancing estrogen, fertility and ovulation, healthy bones, relaxation, and our libido. So we need to learn how to optimize these two hormones and how to balance our blood sugar and how to handle stress management, because these two things impact our progesterone and estrogen in so many different ways. So to optimize these hormones, there are phytoestrogens and other manufactured estrogens within our body that our body is actually supposed to make on its own. But if it can't make those for any reason, they can be sourced externally. There are natural and unnatural sources of estrogen. And I obviously want to focus on how essential oils such as clary sage, for example, can function as a phytoestrogen. So it can support healthy estrogen levels, but it's not estrogenic in nature. So it's more balancing, which makes it really, really safe to take. So when you're balancing hormones, if you use them on a male, it's not producing extra estrogen. It's just balancing the hormones that are already in the body, which helps our body function the way that it needs to. So clary sage and clary calm offer additional benefits. They supply a far more mild message to our cells and are competitive to other harmful estrogens that are called xenoestrogens. You can think of it this way. A xenoestrogen is like a hormone with a megaphone. So it's shouting 1,000 times louder than the natural self-made version of estrogen. And phytoestrogens are a soft whisper and an encouraging message to our cells. So a number of hormone-related issues in women's health are related to the presence of these xenoestrogens. So we want to make sure that we are creating healthy competition, and that that is part of our proper hormone maintenance and should be part of our daily routine. So how do we use oils and other doTERRA products to do this? The best ways are internally and topically. Internally means that you can take drops in a veggie cap, you can drink them in your water, you can take supplements that are already created by doTERRA. An example would be 2 drops of each clary sage, grapefruit, and thyme twice a day, and by putting it in a veggie cap. All those oils, and I'll talk a little bit more about some of them, they play a significant role in our hormones. To apply topically, I'm going to show you this other picture. To apply topically, if you use clary sage or clary calm, and this little arrow right here is pointing right under the inside ankle bone of your foot. If you apply clary sage or clary calm right underneath that inside ankle bone, that's your uterus reflex point, and that supports estrogen. So you would want to use, again, clary sage or clary calm on that spot. Now, to support progesterone, you would do it on the outside ankle bone, like right underneath it, and then that supports your ovaries, because that's your ovaries reflex point. That again supports progesterone. Another way to make sure that these 2 hormones are playing nice together is to understand that our body truly is working on a budget. So it can only use what we have in our account of hormone production. So if you want to meet the demands that your body is calling for, you got to make sure that you're making all the deposits that you need so that we're not stealing from other parts in our body. So this is why lifelong vitality plays such an important role and should be a staple in every woman's wellness routine. It's truly foundational, and we need that. So first, you have to make sure that you have essential fatty acids to produce healthy hormones to begin with, and that's found in our omega complex. Second, you want to make sure that you're using the alpha CRS because it's rich in antioxidants, including pomegranate, which supports normal management of those xenoestrogens that I was talking about, and it helps detox your body. So we want to make sure that those xenoestrogens aren't playing an overpowering role in our body. So the alpha CRS is fantastic with making sure that we're keeping that in balance. So people who take LLV have found favorable results in a short amount of time just from building that foundation. Another product that you can use is our bone nutrient. The bone nutrient is a blend of whole food created vitamins, minerals, and it's necessary for just bone integrity. This can be taken by men, women, teenagers. If you have kiddos who play a lot of sports while they're growing a lot, this is a fantastic thing to add. The next thing is our phytoestrogen complex. This is a blend that it extracts plant estrogens, and it is used to create balance of hormones throughout our body while making sure that it eliminates unwanted metabolites. So this is fantastic. It helps minimize symptoms that are associated with the menstrual cycle. I use this regularly. It is a blessing. The next thing that you can use is rose. Rose is what we consider the queen of oils. So it provides emotional balance, it boosts your libido, it can provide relief from menstrual discomfort. So if you just apply that to your lower abdomen when you're suffering from cramps, it promotes regular ovulation. It is definitely a great oil to have in your collection of oils. Then let's see here, Clary Calm, I'm just going to touch on that one more time. You can, like I said, use it on your reflex points on your feet, but then also you can use it by applying it to your abdomen, and that helps with cramps and hot flashes, mood swings. If you're someone who suffers from heavy periods, again, it's a blessing to have in your collection of oils. So when we are using all of these products together, then they definitely are helping us balance out those hormones even more regularly. So now I do want to touch on stress. Stress management is way more important than people think when it comes to a woman's body, especially. I mean, it is important in everybody's, but as we've learned, progesterone isn't just a single hormone, but it's also a hormone precursor that can actually be converted to cortisol. So if you struggle with weight around your stomach, especially, that is usually from progesterone being converted to cortisol. So when your body is under stress, progesterone will make a decision based on something that's called the priority principle. It will choose survival over more feminine projects in your body, such as ovulation, libido, or bone building. And because survival is our body's main priority, it will always choose that. So when we can do things to help manage stress, that allows our progesterone to do what it's actually intended to do. And that is, of course, assisting in those things I mentioned, such as ovulation and bone building and your libido. So 2 things that I would like everyone to take away from this is that by supporting and balancing our hormones, we are actually creating like a playground where everyone is getting along, and then that lets our body do the things that it needs to do regularly. So we should make sure that we are making it easy for our body to do this by adding the lifelong vitality and a few oils. You don't have to use them all, but definitely you can try a few and see what works best. Oils are like medicine, like modern medicine, in the sense that one might work for you and it might not work for someone else. So playing with that a little bit definitely helps. So some of the oils, again, that I've mentioned are clary sage, clary calm, grapefruit, thyme, and rose. Those are probably the top ones to pick from. And then stress management, you can use products such as Adaptive, Balance, Serenity. If you use Adaptive or Serenity oils rather than the supplement, you can do the same thing with Balance oil. You just rub it on your hands. You can rub it on the back of your neck, breathe it in for 30 seconds, and then that'll get your olfactory nerve triggered, and then that'll start sending the messages throughout your whole entire body to promote feelings of calm. And then one last very, very important thing is making sure that we are keeping our blood sugar in check. Our blood sugar is dancing with our hormones all the time and has a direct relationship with ovulation and the uterine lining. There are 2 parts to our blood sugars. One is managing cravings and appetite, and the other is managing your blood sugar levels. The good news is that we have a product called Slim and Sassy, and that actually helps with both of those things. Slim and Sassy comes in an oil, so you can put drops in your water and drink it regularly like that, or you can take the soft gels. It's recommended to take 1 to 3 soft gels daily. And then if you don't like the taste of it in your water, or you don't like taking the soft gels, it also comes in gum. And so you can get the benefit that way as well. And the gum, it tastes like the grapefruit, but it's not as strong and potent tasting as the actual essential oil. Like, so if you put it in your water, it is a little bit stronger that way than the gum. But it contains grapefruit, which is super helpful in maintaining your progesterone levels. So when we talk about women's health and hormones, we are actually talking about a full body system. And that's your endocrine system. So if we want our body to function in the way that it needs to, we need to take care of all the parts of our endocrine system. Again, starting with the LLV, you're creating a base for it, but then you can also do different things to help different parts of that endocrine system. So one of the things that you can do is you can do things that will actually focus fully on your liver. And your liver is a huge player in hormone balance. So if you drink plenty of water and stay hydrated, it also helps flush out toxins from your body throughout the day. Starting your day with lemon or Slim and Sassy in your water is fantastic, because if that's the very first thing you do in the morning, you're getting your organs like awake. It's like that fantastic, whether it's coffee for you or like a morning shower, whatever gets you awake in the morning, that's what lemon and Slim and Sassy do for your organs. So before you do anything else, before you drink your coffee, before you exercise, before you eat breakfast, you should drink some water with a couple of drops in. And then also taking one Zendocrine soft gel daily. Zendocrine helps cleanse the body of toxins and free radicals that slow all of your body systems down. So having that detoxification blend once a day definitely helps with everything overall. Then there is Magnolia and Mito to Max. Magnolia, it comes in the little rollerball bottle. And so if you put it on, you can put it over your heart, but you definitely want to put it over your adrenals twice daily. And your adrenals are located right on top of your kidneys. So if you roll it on each kidney twice a day, that helps balance hormones, it eases cramps, it provides emotional balance, and it boosts your libido. Mito to Max is fantastic for your adrenals because it supports against adrenal fatigue. It supports your body against hormonal imbalance. And then it also assists with physical stress and anxiety. So that not only helps keep your adrenal glands like awake and alive, but it also is helping reduce those physical stresses. The last four little oils, clove, myrrh, lemongrass, and frankincense. This is a fantastic group of oils. If you take these four oils, put 10 drops of each into a roller bottle with fractionated coconut oil and apply it to your thyroid 3 times a day, it will help make sure that your thyroid gets a little boost every single day. And especially as you're aging, like I'm going to be 40, we need as much boost in some of those things as possible. So just having those four little oils mixed together, rubbing it on your, oh my goodness, your thyroid 3 times a day, that definitely gives your body a little bit of that extra boost. Again, I mentioned that we are talking about our endocrine system. So if you've watched any of our other classes, you heard us talk about Symphony of the Cells. Symphony of the Cells is a fantastic little protocol of oils, and it teaches you how to put them in on your body in a specific order. So you put them down your spine, across your shoulders, you breathe them in, but you would want to use the hormonal protocol for that. It's just a hormone balance protocol, and you could do that at first. If you're just now starting and trying to get everything balanced, you could do it 2 or 3 times a week. But then after about, I would say 2 months of that, then you can just go to once a week or once a month based off of your individual needs. And that's also a really, really good way to make sure that you're staying on top of doing what your body needs in supporting your hormone systems. These are things that if you have a daughter, you can definitely be helping her learn from a younger age on how to support her body, so that as she gets older, she's already taking care of them. And then hopefully, we're helping our body work in a way where they can have less struggles with weight and stress and just the body working in general overall, how it's supposed to. An example of a wellness box. So Clary Calm, the bone nutrient, and phytoestrogen all come together in a little pack. And that bundle gets you to your 125 PV. I am sure you have heard us talk about, if you do an LRP, which is a loyalty rewards points program, if you order 125 PV every month, you automatically get, as long as it's by the 15th of the month, you will get the free oil of the month. And that free oil changes from every single month, which is a great way to build your oil collection. So with this group plus a bottle of rose, you meet that. Plus you would get your free order or your free oil of the month. And then you also get credits towards free product. So with the women's health kit, which is the three, the Clary Calm, the bone nutrient, and the phytoestrogen, you would get 60 PV. And then, so that's points. And then Rose Touch, I know Rose is a little bit expensive. If you ever get a chance to read about how they get rose oil, it's very interesting. So it's a little bit expensive, but again, rose is one of those things that you could dilute out, just like Clary Calm is. Clary Calm is actually all oils. It's not diluted. So you could actually turn this one little bottle into 3 roller bottles. So let's see here if I can do this. This is mine, but I open this up and I pop off this top and I divide it out into 2 more roller bottles that I have. And then I add fractionated coconut oil to this. And so it works just as fantastic by doing that, but you get way more usage, especially if you use it as much as I do. You get way more usage out of it, and it's fabulous. I feel like rose is also one of those that you can do that with. It's a little bit of powering rose scent, so you can break that down, even if it's just into 2, and get extra use out of it is also a fantastic thing to do. But with those PV points, you can use them to get free product eventually. You just have to make sure that you're constantly doing you're continuing your LRP orders every month. You don't have to order 125 every single month. You just want to make sure that you don't if you skip ordering, then you have to start at the beginning again. So LRPs are fantastic. And then anyone who wants to stay on for just a second, I was just planning on touching on what it's like to work with doTERRA. So I'll give just a quick little second in case there's anyone who doesn't want to stick around for that part. But if you do, let's see here. All right, so why doTERRA? doTERRA tests their oils more than any other essential oil company. So they are the most tested, therefore they are the most trusted. As of right now, there's over 8.5 million customers that are using doTERRA, and it's used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. I don't know who brought you into the meeting, but Krista, if you know her, she's the one who signed me up, and she's a doctor. She loves them, and they've helped me and my family tremendously. So they are the largest essential oil company in the world, and they create partnerships with growers around the world, which I think is one of the best things about doTERRA. Instead of being a company that decides that they're just going to grow things here in like controlled environments, they actually meet with people who have been growing, say, like, well, I talked about rose earlier. So they go to places that grow roses and have been doing essential oils with roses for years and have been in their families, and they help them build their farm, and they teach them, if they need help, they teach them ways of getting the oils out of it without damaging anything with it. There's no synthetics added. So the fact that they are actually helping people across the globe do what they do and just do it better is amazing. And then, I don't know, to me, that is very important. But they have a thing called Healing Hands. They help with that, just across the world. It is a beautiful thing. If you're interested, I have actual literature about that. I would be glad to share that with you. If you're ever interested in joining doTERRA, the best thing to do is, if you're using the oils, you're probably talking to your friends about them anyway, just in natural conversation. You might want to start using them in a way where you can actually earn some extra freebies. So whether you just share them a little bit more so that you can get your products for free, or actually build an income, that's possible as well. So definitely talk to whoever invited you onto the call, whether it's Krista or myself or Melissa, and we will go into more detail with that, with you individually. Otherwise, that is all I have for tonight. So if you need anything at all, the printout, if you want my slideshow, I believe I actually recorded this one. So if you want to watch it again, anything like that, just let me know and I will get that stuff to you. Otherwise, have a fantastic evening, ladies. Thank you for hopping on. Oh, Lindsay, I just saw your question about, is it beneficial to rub grapefruit on your abdomen? Grapefruit is actually one of the ones you can rub it on your abdomen, but taking it in internally and actually rubbing it on your reflex points, on your ankles, is probably the most helpful. A lot of times, when you actually rub them on your reflex points, it actually gets to where you need it to go much faster. Oh, thanks, Krista. Krista, did you have anything you wanted to add to that? Because if you do, you can just pop on if you'd like. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were driving or not. Perfect. So, Lindsay, do you have any other questions on? Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Have a good night, you guys.